good, the bad, and the odd. What a lovely day.
Welcome to this episode of The Good, the Bad, and the Odd. We're your hosts, Mark and Sam. Hi, Sam.
Hello.
Right, we're not ones for doing anniversaries or sort of catering to sort of certain times of year. The exception probably being V for Vendetta, I think.
Yeah, I think we did that like 2-3 years in a row.
Yeah. But we're actually doing a Christmas film this year. We're doing The Grinch, which we both watched very recently. Probably about the 7th or 8th time I've watched it. Would you say it's about the same for you?
Far more than that.
Far more than that.
I'd say we've watched this at least once every year since it's come out.
Oh, I don't think it's that frequently, but we've watched it a lot. And I mean that probably tells you something about what we think of it. It doesn't seem to improve with every watching. It actually does.
There's always something you didn't notice.
Some odd comment or something in the background. It's a very filled up film in many ways.
Yeah.
Without being packed to be fun, right? That's the great. It's based obviously on the Dr. Seuss book from 1957, and is the first Dr. Seuss book that was a feature-length film. There have been short cartoons. There was a very famous Grinch cartoon, wasn't there, with Boris Karloff.
This one's partially based off of.
Yeah, they use the song, don't they?
They use the song, and they use a lot of similar aesthetic qualities.
Yeah, and they've padded essentially the first half of the film.
And the You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch song.
Yeah. Essentially, the first part of the film is kind of a padded precursor to the main story in the written story, and then we get into the main story. I mean, the main actors of note is Jim Carrey, right?
Yeah, Jim Carrey's the Grinch. We've got Jeffrey Tambor as the mayor of Whoville.
Augustus, or whatever his name is, and Christine Baranski as the love interest, and also the little girl, who's actually pretty good.
Taylor Momsen.
She's pretty good as Cindy Lou Who. Some kid actors are insufferable, but she's kind of sweet without being annoying. So that really helps too. But really, this is a Jim Carrey sort of piece de resistance, really, isn't it? He's amazing.
Oh, and Anthony Hopkins is the narrator.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. It's great narrator too. So. It's a clever script. It's kind of has to be constrained a bit because of the makeup, but Jim Carrey's given some great lines, or comes up with some great lines all the way through.
There's apparently a fair bit of improv from him.
Right.
He just did stuff, and they roll with it. So.
Yeah, it's the second. Originally, apparently, at one point, it was the second highest Christmas film of all time, after Home Alone. But they've been surpassed by the new version of The Grinch. Can you believe that? How about that?
Everything's more nowadays. So.
Yeah, well, there's a lot to talk about in this film, really. Don't want to get too deep into any of it, but I mean,
everyone knows the Grinch story. But,
everyone knows the story, but I mean, the art design is quite spectacular, isn't it? I think that Tim Burton was mooted at one point to play it, to direct this, and I can see his sensibility jibing quite well with this. But Ron Howard does a great job, actually.
Yeah, I think they should have got Ron Howard to do more of these.
Yeah,
it's just so it's got that sort of Peter Jackson on the Lord of the Rings level of thoroughness. Like, they didn't just make like a couple of streets for Whoville. They built like the whole damn thing. They didn't just build like 2 corners of the Grinch's lair. They built like this huge set that you only ever see in close-ups and like 2 wide shots. That's it. So
and it's got so much. The set has got so much going on. It's reminiscent somewhat of Munchkin Town, but like 10 times more detailed. That's probably the biggest comparison. And no, it's not just the set, it's the costumes and the makeup too. The costumes are quite spectacular, and like the cars and the houses. But also the makeup's quite good. Everyone looks humanish. They've all got weird noses.
Well, they're the Who's. They're like, they've got like sort of like dog noses.
Yeah,
but the kids don't have to wear them. Because I guess it'd be kind of mean to have like the kids do makeup for like, I'm gonna guess, a couple of hours.
Yeah, some of the kids, the older kids did, didn't they?
Yeah, the like late teens have it, but they do make a point to say like, hey, this kid hasn't even grown into her nose.
But the front teeth are also quite big.
Yeah,
they
do give the kids like a tooth piece sort of thing.
Yeah. And we also have to mention his dog Max is played by a dog called Kelly, who was pretty good as well. That kind of worked. Mostly it's a success. It really works. Now, in some quarters, some people don't like this film, and I have real trouble seeing why. I don't quite get it. I don't get why people wouldn't like this film.
I can understand it from a perspective of if you just wanted like a cold hard adaptation of the books. But this had like a bit of expansion on Grinch's backstory. Yeah. And then like to be fair, Whoville doesn't come across as good in this. Like
not as good as like
in the original book. Whoville basically is just, oh, isn't it all nice? And then at the end, they already understand that Christmas is just their own thing. Yeah. In the film, they also basically learn the true meaning of Christmas as well.
Yeah, so. It's nuts. They are kind of consumerism gone mad, really, in certain points. But in the end, it all comes right. It's a film of parts. Firstly, we kind of see kids going up to the Grinch store, dared by their girlfriends. Do it for me, Brad, or whatever it is, and him terrifying them. And then he decides to make a sojourn into town, doesn't he? Just kind of trolls, basically.
Basically, he's like, oh, they want to spend some time with me? Yeah, okay, let's do that. And then he just goes into town and causes all sorts of problems. Like
he makes one guy pass out just by burping on him. So we see him interact with Tan and having a bit of fun, and then leaving, and sort of. We get some great little monologues where he talks about his life. It's like he's reading his diary at one point.
Well, he's reading his schedule, and it's a lot of like, stare wistfully into the abyss. Self-introspection. I can't miss that again. That sort of
jazzercise. And I think doesn't he solve world hunger?
Yeah, solve world hunger. Tell no one. So
there's all that. And we also Cindy Lou, who encounters him when he comes into town, and sort of she's not that scared of him, so she decides to go visit him, and he's kind of tries to terrify her, but it doesn't really work, does it? So he kind of but she goes and says, and there's a town thing about, who's the best Whovillian or something. And she proposes the Grinch, and the mayor's like, nah. The mayor hates the Grinch, right?
Yeah, mainly due to a feud that the two had when they were younger.
Kids.
Which is, it's so weird to me. He's like the local cryptid, but he also has a postal address and they know that he's there, and several characters went to school with him.
Yes. So they know he's just a miserable, weird green guy, right? And there's also the love interest is part of the feud, isn't it? What's her name? Is it Martha?
Martha May Whovier.
That's it, Martha May Whovier. But there's also some fun stuff about Christmas competition over house lights and stuff like that. There's loads of stuff. It's actually really dense. The script is really dense and rather magnificent, I have to say, in my opinion. So he goes down. He's nominated the cheermaster. Then we get this amazing montage of him trying to resist.
Force-fed, like everything. He's trying not to be Christmassy all the time, but he keeps getting fed like fudge and pudding and Christmas cake.
And he gets a bit sugar rush.
He gets he loops passed around like I don't want to do this, and then it's like, oh god, I'm dying. And then he reaches a point where he starts like trying to bite them, and he's like, come on, do it to me, come on, hit me.
Is that all you got? All that. And they put him in the worst Christmas jumper you've ever seen ever.
And it's got like flashing lights on it, and it just says I Heart Christmas. It's got like the trimming is written in ho ho ho's sort of thing.
He basically, then the mayor trolls him over a childhood incident. We won't get into the specifics, but the Grinch then goes mad.
It does kind of also angle the mayor as very much the cause of the entire event instead of the Grinch was just being that mad.
Yeah.
So.
I have to also mention we have a young Grinch in this, played by I think a midget actor.
Josh Ryan Evans. Come
on. Great turn by him. He was really, really good. So that really helped too. And there's some quite adult references throughout this film too.
Yeah.
That adults will get, kids won't. Just go completely. That just make you laugh.
It's a weird key swapping joke.
Yeah,
it's such a wild joke. First off, like it's prefaced by like the Grinch arriving in like a baby basket with an umbrella, and you see all the children of Whoville floating in and see all sorts. And one lands in front of a house, and the guy comes out. He's like, "Oh, a baby's here. He looks like your boss."
Yeah, that always makes me laugh.
Yeah. But then the Grinch lands outside a key swapping party. It's like, what the hell?
And these two elderly maid, like his aunts, as it were. And when he sees them, when he's back from the party and they get pulled out.
Still living?
Yeah, it was terrible. It was all that. Anyway, he kind of goes mad and sort of wrecks the town and then leaves. And says that'll teach him no more Christmassy spirit. But then they
fix it up like almost immediately, like literally as he's leaving, he's like, "Ha, that's good." And they're already walking out a new tree. Got a
spare tree, and he goes, "Damn this again! It's joyful and triumphant." And there's even some jokes about Dr. Seuss in this. At one point, he starts talking in rhymes. He goes, "Oh my god, I'm talking in rhymes."
And he makes a pointed effort to not rhyme. Like he'll catch himself rhyming and then he'll just go, "I must stop Christmas from coming, but how? I mean, in what way?"
And then we get into the traditional Grinch story where he sees Santa leaving presents. He dresses up. He creates his craft.
We're like 2 pages into the book, about halfway through the film. A lot of, like we said, it's all preface. So.
And he creates a weird sleigh, doesn't he? And he converts Max the dog into a reindeer. He basically ties one hand.
He builds this weird kind of Mad Max version of a Christmas sleigh.
Yeah, which is kind of what it is in the book, to be fair.
It's just a sleigh in the book.
Oh, is it? I thought it was mechanical. Okay.
Nah.
And then he goes down and starts clearing out the presents. He encounters Cindy Lou, which is also in the book, and sort of sends her back to bed. Tells her that he's got to repair a light. And he
good kid, bad as a character, and then shoves the tree up the chimney.
Because at one point she says, "Go visit the Grinch."
Yeah, he needs a win, basically.
Yeah, so the Grinch is like,
it's like he's got some good in him.
Yeah,
nice kid, bad as a character. Tree goes up the chimney. I should note that this is the bit where Anthony Hopkins really ramps up his skills as a narrator. For most of it, he's been this kind of storybook thing, but the Grinch starts breaking the fourth wall almost. I don't know if talking to the narrator counts.
He does talk to the narrator.
Yeah, he's like, "A little more quietly, please." And Anthony Hopkins is like, and then he's like, this good. And he gets really kind of. Anthony Hopkins gets into it. He's like, he went to the tree and he went to the chimney and stuffed the tree after. It's like,
yes, it's really cool. And then we get a bit of ropey CGI here and there in this film, and some of it in this section.
Mostly played to silly effect. Yes, to play up the Seusiness. Yes. So you get the Grinch doing a 20-foot vertical leap into the air to jump down a chimney. So
there's all sorts going on. And then the story goes as it goes, and then when everyone wakes up and finds out everything's done, the mayor takes it, gets into the old. This is what happens when you invite the Grinch down. Do not invite the Grinch, and he starts berating Cindy, the little girl, after all. But then her dad stands up for her and says, "No, she's right. We have forgotten what Christmas is about. This is correct." And the Hooves all sort of make out. Meanwhile, the Grinch is taking all the presents to the top of Mount Crumpet, isn't he, to dump them. And he hears them singing, and suddenly, he has the realization, and he has kind of, his heart grows. It's almost like having a heart attack. Yeah. And then he looks at the dog and says, "Come here, I love you, big guy," and all that.
He's comes in for it. He's like, "Oh yeah, no, yeah, this is enough. Get off. So,
Goes back to Grinch.
He does make an effort to like save the presents before he realizes Cindy Lou's there.
Yeah, he's saying, "Oh, it's only toys."
It's only toys. At the very least, there's that. And then Cindy Lou's there. It's like, oh, and that's the strength of 10 Grinches plus 2 comes into it.
Yeah, he does a massive. He lifts the entire thing up above his head, and they go back.
They go back, and the Grinch skis down. And he says that the sun is shining and the powder's bitching.
Yeah,
so,
awesome,
which I cannot believe made it into a Dr. Seuss adaptation. Yeah.
So they get back to town, and he says to the officer, "Arrest me, beat me, hit me with
pepper spray."
And the mayor's like, "I'd go with a pepper
spray."
But
he gets let go.
The cop says, "Oh, he said he was sorry." So it's all. So and then they all make up and they have the final meal.
Yeah, the Grinch himself cuts the roast beast. Yeah, etc., etc.
Yeah, so great story. Some excellent touches throughout. A lot of the Howard family were in this. Clint Howard is the mayor's sidekick, and Clint Howard's always great.
Yeah.
We've talked.
He was the ice cream man. I think I've talked
ice cream
about
man. That. Yes, ice cream man. But he's in all sorts. He's the little kid in that episode of Star Trek where you think he's got a face off of an alien. It turns out it's another alien, but it's actually Clint Howard. We can see it's a kid, right? Dallas Bryce Howard was in it. It's like this little ginger-haired girl with big braces on her big teeth. Very briefly.
Yeah.
And a few others. There was a few others I don't recognize. So some of them got into it. It was fun. It just cracks me up, this film. I really, really enjoy it. What's your thoughts?
I think this is probably one of my favourite Christmas films.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've not seen the other one yet, though, so apparently that is quite good.
Maybe we'll try and watch it sometime as well. Then we could maybe compare it. But before Jim Carrey was cast, they in the running get this Jack Nicholson. That sounds mad. Robin Williams, which I'm sure will be quite similar. They had a similar vibe, similar energy. Dustin Hoffman, which sounds odd. Tom Hanks and Eddie Murphy. I can
kind of see Dustin Hoffman after Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah, maybe. Eddie Murphy I can kind of see. So there is that. But, Jim Carrey really, really rocks in this film. It's one of his top films, I'd say. And he's done some great films, right?
Yeah.
But man, he's so good. Some of the lines and the makeup really works with his face.
Yeah, it was apparently torturous to be in. Like they had to get in an expert on being tortured, how to handle it, whose basic advice was to be constantly smoking, eat everything in sight, and punch yourself in the leg every time just to distract yourself.
Wow. I think it was mostly the eye makeup that was the most painful.
No, because all the hair is yak hair, and it's like so itchy, rooted in. It's like on his skin, so it's itching him constantly.
Oh God, that sounds awful.
Mm.
There's really very little. I can't think of anything wrong with this film, honestly.
Yeah, it's a really good film.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with it, and we have a few other actors that we know. For example, Deep Roy is in it. Glenn Troy is in it, stuff like that. Apparently, Ron Howard's in it himself. I didn't recognise it. I didn't see him. He obviously was behind heavy makeup.
Yeah.
So this was a long time in the planning. They were sort of planning the film for quite a while before they kind of got the rights. I think they had to wait for Dr. Seuss to die, actually. So what else can I tell you? Not much else. There isn't much else on Wikipedia other than it's a great film. I don't know what else to say about it, really. I'll tell you what on IMDb it is 6.2, which seems extremely low to me. But I wonder if it's it might be like a lot of people were used to the original story and thought it was a bit of a travesty because of all the additions. I don't know. That seems a bit weird. It seems odd that it's only got 6.2. What would you give it out of 10?
I would easily give this an 8 or 9. So.
I'll give it a 10. I'll give it a straight 10. Honestly, that's how much I like it. I mean, it's a low 10 if you know what I mean, but it's 9.5 is close as well. But man, honestly, I can't find anything wrong with it. It doesn't outstay its welcome. There isn't a flat bit in the whole thing. There's not a bit. Even the little girl singing is all right, which is like really
only
quite
because the Grinch is like rolling, gurning in the foreground the entire time. So.
Well, she sings that Christmas song while she looks at Mount Grumpy, doesn't she? But
yeah,
it's early in the film and it's kind of sweet, and she's quite appealing. She's quite, she works well as a child actress. She's not irritating as hell, which some can be, and she can act, so that helps. So, there is all that. So that helps. Okay, shall we wind out there, I think?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so that is I think it's probably the only deliberate Christmas film we've ever done. I could be wrong. There might be others, but I can't remember us specifically ever doing a Christmas film before. So there is that. So I think we'll have one more episode before the end of the year, which will be A Comfy Chair.
Yeah.
We'll just put that out sometime soon. And then we'll begin 2021 and we say bye-bye to 2020.
Thank God.
Yes.
No,
All
right. Put up with 2020. God.
No one needs it. All right, then. So bye from me.
Bye.